Alright, so hi guys, I'm Michelle Manuel and welcome to Tech Haven once again. I know I've been away for a very long time. I don't even remember the last time I posted. But I'm here to explain why and also apologize and also tell you what is going to change moving forward. So I'm Michelle Manuel and welcome to Tech Haven. Alright, so where have I been? As some of you may know, a lot of you may not know, I don't just talk about tech on my channel. It's something I actually study. So some of you may know I studied computer engineering in university, HSC University to be precise, the best university in Africa. You can think whatever you want, I don't care. But yes, I studied in computer engineering in HSC University, and yes, I was in my final year, so I couldn't really make as many videos as I wanted to. But I believe now that everything is done, I think that there is going to be a lot of changes going to be happening and you are going to be seeing me more often. But first off, let me just say that it's been a fun ride. I was in HSC for about 5 years and I've learned a lot. Some of you may know me talking tech on this channel, right? But I actually study it. So when I come to the channel and I'm actually talking with a lot of confidence, sometimes it's because I've actually studied it in class and practiced it. And I'm even going to talk about some of the things I actually made, invented, created, whatever I like to call it, some things I made in my final year as a computer engineering student. And to be honest, I think it's been a fun ride. I've enjoyed every bit of it. Is there some things I'll change if I go back? Probably yes, but for the most part, I think I've really benefited a lot from my HSC journey, and I just want to share some of the things. But first off, in HSC, when you're about to finish your engineering degree, you're supposed to build something, right? You build something, it's called a Capstone project. Some other places it's thesis, but you're supposed to build something to present as your final project, which is supposed to be a accumulation of almost everything you've learned in school, right? It's supposed to have little bits of a lot of things. And so me being a content creator, I really wanted to do something that I would be proud of. I wanted to do something that I'll be able to wake up in the morning and head towards the lab just to go and build. And so I started thinking through my journey. Initially, I wanted to build an internet. Of course, I didn't understand how the internet worked like to a T, but I thought I could build something that maybe I could buy a Vodafone SIM, Airtel Tigo SIM, and MTN SIM, put all of them in a modem, and let all of them route through a single channel so that, like, for instance, I'm getting 20 megabytes per second here, I'm getting 50 megabytes per second here, I'm getting 20 megabytes. It would combine all of them to give you whatever the addition is, which now that I think of it, doesn't even make sense. But yeah, I thought I maybe it can happen. Maybe I'm not sort of it outside the box, but that's what I wanted to build initially. But along the line, I realized that it wouldn't. It's not something I want to do. And so I remember when I started this channel. So yes, this channel is one of the inspirations for my final project. When I was building this channel, I was using a very, very mid camera, right? And it served me well. Some of my absolute favorite videos in terms of visuals came from that camera. I tried to maximize its use. Like, I'll set up very good lighting with good rim light and everything. I really maximized it. But one of the problems I was having was autofocus, and reason being that it didn't have continuous video autofocus. So anytime I set the focus on the camera and I come to sit down, I have to go back and set it again if I'm the only one shooting. And I could go back and forth about 7 times. And so when I remembered, I was like, oh, this is something that I could actually work on. So could I build something that I could attach to a camera system like that, which would eliminate the need for me to go back and forth? And so that was it. So I decided to, let me just build something that could attach to older camera systems or budget cameras that will make the job of autofocus easier for people who were beginning like me. And so along the line, I was able to come up with how I'll go about it. And it was a really fun process. To be honest, I was always excited to wake up in the morning, to go to the fabrication lab, to go and work on it. And I think that goes a long way to tell you, if you have a lot of personal motivation in the project you are building, even though it might be hard, you would still want to go and make sure it works, because like you have invested your passion into it, right? And so what did I do? I'm trying not to make it too technical, but I'll just give a brief overview of it. So basically, I use LiDAR distance detection, which I used to. You see some pictures and some videos in this video, but I use the LiDAR sensor, which was specifically the TF Mini S sensor. I slotted it into the horseshoe mount of the camera, and that would measure the distance between the camera and the subject being shot. So in this instance, the LiDAR sensor will be pointing towards me, and so it would measure the distance between myself and the camera. And this distance will be sent to a microcontroller. I think I used the Atmega 328P. Alright, so here I am editing and realizing that I was talking too much. I went into too much detail, and so I think I'm going to record a voiceover over the video so that at least you can have an idea of what I did without having to listen to my entire squabble. So here we go. So in essence, I built a LiDAR-based autofocus system that could be attached to camera and lenses with focus rings to get good autofocus. And yeah, it did work. But for the nerds among you, here is a 30-second brief take on it. So basically, when I attach my system to your camera, what happens is that there's a LiDAR sensor which calculates the distance between the camera and the person being shot. It will send that distance to a microcontroller, which was the Atmega 328P. Now that microcontroller has been calibrated using polynomial interpolation method to know how to map distance values to rotational values for the stepper motor. So knowing this, after the distance has been sent to the microcontroller will send instructions to the stepper motor to adjust the focus ring to a particular rotational value, which in turn will adjust the focus to the point where the person who is being shot is standing at. So basically, here's a 30-second brief of how my system worked. It was really, really exciting. I was extremely happy that I could build something that is a similar version of me 5 years ago, be very proud of, and something that I would have used if I was beginning my filmmaking journey. And so I was extremely excited. I was really proud of what I did, to be honest. Like when I initially started to build it, right, I didn't see any company which had developed a similar thing until I think I got halfway, and then DJI released a similar one which also used LiDAR sensor to do the distance detection. Yeah, I really, as you can tell, I really enjoyed it. I really put all myself into it, and I'm glad at the end of the day it was able to work. And that's one of the things I learned during this journey. So basically, this whole project and the final exams and everything was all part of the reason why I was not able to produce as many videos as you guys would have wanted. But now it's done, and I'm extremely happy that I'm done. And now we are going to make a couple of big changes, and we are going to do a lot going forward in the channel. So one, some of you guys may know, most of my team members, you've not been seeing them around. That's because I stay very far from them, over 200 kilometers from them. So I can't just be going back and forth to see them, to shoot videos and come back. There's only one guy who is close to me. Probably I've seen in one of our videos, the social media conversation. And so now what is going to happen is that I am moving closer to where most of the team is. And so this is going to be big because we're going to have a shooting space. They're going to come over. We're going to shoot. We're going to talk. We are going to interview so many other engineers. We're going to do a lot. Like some of you might know, I have temporarily switched to Apple, and I'm waiting for a couple of months to really dial down my experience and have something to tell you guys, because I have a lot of thoughts, right? So a lot of things are happening, and there's a lot of excitement for the channel, and I don't want you guys to be sad about the channel. We are not going anywhere. Look, we are coming back bigger and stronger. So I just want to thank you guys for hanging there, staying in there, and some big things are coming. So once again, I'm Michelle Manuel. I've not made a video in a while, but if you want to, and you've not seen some of my older videos, you can see some of them. Some are absolute favorites. Social media conversation. I did a challenge where I avoided TV for a year, which I also made a video on. So many videos on the channel, photography basics and everything, editing basics, which some people have been asking me to make a part 2, like photo editing. I'm thinking about it. I think I'll add it to the schedule for the next couple of months. And so, look, a lot of things are going to happen, and I'm glad that you guys stayed around. So until next time, Michelle Manuel, and don't forget to subscribe and like for more of the videos that you've seen, and anticipate the big things that are coming over. And let's build a tech-vest Africa together. Bye-bye.